Welcome back, guys, to another pristine production. I have another night session for you here, and uh, tonight we're going to talk about reggae music and how we mix the vocals. I'm going to talk about compression and how you can create that atmosphere, giving you that vibe, creating that space around the music. And we have Training Girl. Um, she's from Belize. Shout out to Training Girl. So let's get right into it. No a lot of talking to say. So I'm gonna play the track and I'm gonna bring her voice in, and I'm gonna show you how we do the editing and all that stuff. Here we go.
Ooh, na 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 na.
So I'm gonna stop there. Now we have her vocals here dry. So I'm gonna do a little bit of soloing just for the purpose of the tutorial here.
In my high, I'm in love with you, baby.
So first thing is first, I'm gonna pull up a 1176 here. We want to compress her voice. We want her to maintain that constant volume to swim in the mix. As you can hear, it's a little bit buried right now, but we're gonna take care of that. So I'm gonna pull up the 1176 here, and let me see if I can get some bass line going here. Let's see if I can find the bass line.
Oh yeah, and I just love this feeling from the start. Baby, open your arms and hold me closely. Oh yeah.
So what I'm gonna do, there's two of them. There's the black and the blue. I like to use the blue 1176. It 90% of the time of all the artists that are recorded, mix master, the 1176 grabs that lead and give it a little bit of presence and punch. So that's what we want for Training Girl here. So I'm gonna play her vocals here. I'm gonna add a fast release, and I'm gonna soften up the attack so it grabs the vocals and holds it in place so we don't lose her voice in the
Ooh,
track.
na 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 na.
Here we go.
I gave you my high. I'm in love with you, baby. Oh yeah, and I just love this feeling from the start. Baby, open your arms and hold me closely. Oh yeah, and move to the beat like my heart all
Off.
night.
On. Now let's bring in the drums here.
My high, I'm in love with you, baby. Oh yeah, and I just love this feeling from the start.
We don't want to compress
Baby,
her
open
vocals
your
too much.
arms
Right now we're getting
and hold me closely.
negative,
Oh
10
yeah,
dB.
and move to the beat like my heart all night.
Let's bring in the entire rhythm here and see what just the compressor alone is doing.
In my high, I'm in love with you, baby. Oh yeah, and I just love this feeling from the start. Baby, open your arms
you can hear the difference now. The 1176 is grabbing her voice, pushing it with a little bit of presence, and also it's keeping her volume balanced. So as it goes through the mix, we don't lose it. Now let's add a little bit of EQ here. So I'm gonna bring up the. Let me use a let's see. So use a Pro Q. Now I personally like to use analog plugins. I'm gonna use the SSL EQ here. Pull up the SSL. We're going to give our vocal a little bit of presence. I'm going to turn on the analog mode so we can get that color from the board. Now, since Trending Girl vocal is a high pitchy voice, there's not a lot of low end happening at the bottom there. So I'm going to be boosting some top end, and we're going to see if we're going to make the vocal a little bit more full. Here we go. Let's try
I gave
8K.
you my heart. I'm in love with you, baby. Oh yeah. And I just love this feeling from the start. Baby, open your arms
I'm gonna turn on the filter.
and hold me closely. Oh yeah. And move to the beat like my heart.
Take off
all
at like about 120.
night.
Bring in the trap.
I gave you my heart. I'm in love with you, baby. Oh yeah.
EQ
And I
off.
just love this feeling from the start. Baby, open your arms and hold me closely. Oh yeah. And move to the beat like my heart all night.
Now, as you can hear, just the EQ alone let her vocals kind of sound a little bit louder. I'm going to drop the fade a little bit. Let's go to the second verse here.
And I just love you, boo, 'cause the way you make me feel.
Bring it down.
But the love rain keeps on pouring out on me. No matter what they say, baby, we will last forever.
Now, a lot of people kind of struggle with where do you place the vocals. The vocal belongs in the center of the mix, meaning the rhythm has to revolve around it. If it's too loud over the mix, it's going to sound like a radio dub, not too professional. If it's too low, it's going to sound like a backing instrumental. You got the vocal in the sweet spot. How do you attain that? Great vocal recording, great performance, and a good EQ. So I'm taking off 120 here with the filter with the SSL EQ, and I'm getting a little bit of about 7 dB at 8. Now let's create some depth, some vibe, to let this thing sound like it belongs on the radio. So I'm gonna pull up the Valhalla plate. Now I want to widen the reverb. I want to take the size up because I want the big sound. I'm going to set the pre-delay maybe about 2 milliseconds, so it delays when Trending Girl's vocals go through the plate. It delays the time it comes back out, so the vocals stay in front of the reverb at all times. The reverb is giving her ambience without sounding washy. So let's go ahead and ascend Trending Girl's vocals through the reverb. I'm gonna adjust it by taste here.
Ooh, na 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 na.
Once so I can hear a good mix.
I gave you my heart. I'm in love with you, baby. Oh yeah, and I just love this feeling from the start. Baby, open your arms and hold me closely. Oh yeah, and move to the beat like my heart all night.
And you can hear the difference right there. Let me bring back the just her on the bass here.
In my heart, I'm in love with you, baby. Oh yeah, and I
Listen
just
to
love
the,
this feeling from the start.
Reverb.
Baby, open your arms and hold me closely. Oh yeah, and move to the beat like my heart all night.
Now I'm gonna take out the high gain, so we get too much of the top end from the reverb. We want to get like a dimmer reverb with a lot of reverb, since it's a reggae
And
dub
I
plate.
just love you, boo, 'cause the way you make me feel.
Listen to the top end of the
It's like the
reverb.
love rain keeps on pouring out on me. No matter what they say, baby, we will last forever.
Add some piano.
I gave you my heart. I'm in love with you, baby. Oh yeah,
Same thing
and I
with
just
guitar.
love this feeling from the start. Baby, open your arms and hold me closely. Oh yeah, and move to the beat like my heart. Oh.
Now her vocal is in ambience. It's not sounding wishy-washy, and it's cutting through the mix nice. So let's add now a delay, and I have the H delay from Waves, and I have a little bit of high pass going on there, taking out the low end out of delay, out of the top end as well, a little bit of feedback, and I'm gonna send her vocals through the delay here. Let's do that.
Ooh, na 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 na. I gave you my heart. I'm in love with you, baby. Oh yeah, and I just love this feeling from the start.
Now if I bring the
Open your
highs
arms
back in the delay, check this out.
and hold me closely. Oh yeah, and move to the beat like my heart.
Sounds
all
too much.
night.
Let's take it off. Let's bring this back here.
No matter what they say, baby, we will last forever.
If I bring that in the mix, it's gonna work well.
I gave you my heart. I'm in
It might sound like a lot now, but if I bring it in the mix, let's take a listen.
Ooh, na 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 na. I gave you my heart. I'm in love with you, baby. Oh yeah, and I just love this feeling from the start. Baby, open your arms and hold me closely. Oh yeah,
Now,
and move to the beat
the best way to know if you have too much delay, listen to it in the mix. Pull it back, it's too much. Pull it back a little bit.
And I just love you, boo, 'cause the way you make me feel. It's like the love rain keeps on pouring out on me. No matter what they say, baby, we will last forever.
Now I told you earlier, guys, that we were trying to add a little bit of body to Trending Girls. So I'm gonna try a little bit of, maybe a little bit of 120 here, boost it up, and see how it feels. Here we go.
In my heart, I'm in love with you, baby. Oh yeah, and I just love this feeling from the start. Baby, open your arms.
Productions.